More than 3 decades have passed since audiences last witnessed the mayhem unleashed by the mischievous Gremlins on the big screen. Gremlins 2, the new batch released in 1990, brought chaos to New York City and marked the final cinematic outing for the franchise, but now there is new hope for fans eager to see Gizmo and his unruly counterparts return. Zach Galligan, the original star of the Gremlins films, recently offered fans a long-awaited update while attending Comic-Con Manchester. According to Galligan, a brand-new script for Gremlins 3 is finally complete and Warner Bros. Is extremely eager to move the project forward. However, the studio is currently awaiting a crucial approval from none other than legendary filmmaker Steven Spielberg. Spielberg, a key creative force behind many beloved films from the 80s including The Goonies, E.T. and Indiana Jones, may be involved as either producer or perhaps even director, though no official announcements have been made. Galligan explained that the script is ready but nothing can proceed without Spielberg's blessing, suggesting that the studio views his approval as essential to maintaining the spirit and integrity of the original franchise. While Spielberg's involvement remains speculative, there is also hope that Joe Dante, the director of the first 2 Gremlins films, might return. Dante also oversaw the animated spin-off series Gremlins: Secrets of the Mogwai, which recently premiered to widespread acclaim on HBO Max. The surge in enthusiasm around continuing old favorites seems to be driving the renewed interest in Gremlins 3. Galligan pointed to the success of other legacy sequels such as Beetlejuice as a clear indicator that audiences still hunger for creative continuations of 80s classics. The Beetlejuice sequel managed to perform well both critically and commercially, crossing the $400 million mark globally and opening the door for further nostalgic revivals. Warner Bros. Seems fully aware of this trend. Earlier in the year, Deadline reported that the studio was developing sequels for both Gremlins and The Goonies, and writer Christopher Columbus, who penned the scripts for the original Gremlins and The Goonies, has signed on to work on the 3rd Gremlins installment with a completed script in hand and key figures from the franchise showing interest. The project appears to be closer than ever to moving into production. Adding to the momentum is the positive reception of the recent animated series Gremlins: Secrets of the Mogwai. This prequel explores the early days of Sam Wing and his first meeting with Gizmo in 1920s Shanghai. The show earned perfect scores from critics and audiences alike, breathing fresh life into the franchise and introducing it to a new generation of viewers. Its success led to a second season titled Gremlins: The Wild Batch, which premiered its first half in October 2024, with the second half arriving in April 2025. With fan excitement reignited and a studio ready to greenlight production, all that remains is Spielberg's final decision. Should he give the go-ahead, filming could begin as soon as late 2026 and a potential release could follow in 2027. What makes this development particularly meaningful is the care being taken to protect the franchise's legacy rather than rushing out a quick reboot. Warner Bros. Appears committed to crafting a sequel that aligns with the original tone and creative vision. The involvement of original talent both in front of and behind the camera underscores that intention. For longtime fans, the possibility of seeing a Gremlins 3 that honors the spirit of the first films while exploring new territory is a dream long in the making. With renewed interest in 80s classics sweeping across Hollywood and with names like Spielberg and Columbus attached, Gremlins 3 is closer than ever to becoming reality. Whether it takes us back to small-town America or drops the Gremlins into a brand new setting, this sequel has the potential to recapture the chaos, humor, and charm that made the originals iconic. Now all eyes are on Spielberg as the final piece in a puzzle that could soon bring Gizmo back to theaters in the most anticipated return of a beloved franchise.